So this is an upper body mobility session for those shoulders and your T-spine, so everywhere from your head down to your hips. All right, so we've got some shoulder dislocates to start with. Hands are out nice and wide on the pole or broomstick, whatever you have access to, and it's literally just over and back. Nice and slow and controlled. Really just trying to keep those arms as straight as you can. Shrug your shoulders up and over. If that's starting to feel easy for you, you can move your hands in to make it more difficult.
After a big kite session yesterday, this is feeling great, Jack.
Yeah, I reckon those shoulders would have been tight after those waves.
Yeah, the first one I did, it felt really stiff, but as I'm doing multiple motions, it's slowly getting easier and the...
Yeah, definitely. So you'll definitely find that your shoulders will ease off over this session, especially if they are tight from kiting. Repeat this a couple of times if you feel like you need to, depending on how tight your shoulders are. All right, next we're going for a twister. I'll try not to hit Jen with my pole. Feet are just outside of hips. So for me, that is on the edge of the mat. Wherever it is for you, that's fine. So just outside there with your hips. The pole is up as high as you can. I'm actually squeezing my elbows up. I'm not letting it roll forwards. I'm gonna actually overarch my chest a little bit. I'll go to the side. Jen, you stay facing forwards. So you can see I'm overarching a little bit, really squeezing that pole up. And we're gonna twist one way. Take a big breath. As you exhale, trying to twist a little bit further. And then coming around to the other side, twisting around nice and slow. No fast movements with this one. Again, when we're here, we take a breath in. As we exhale, we try and twist a little bit further. Come back to the front. And back to the other side. Again, we're just doing one breath each side. You can spend a little bit longer each side if you feel like you need it. With kiting, we spend so much time in the one position. We do twist a little bit through the hips, but we don't actually concentrate on trying to get a little bit more range in this movement. So the more range and the more strength and control you have over these positions, the less risk of injury.
This is going to be a great stretch for riding toe side also. When we're riding toe side, our body is in a twisted position while we're flying the kites. And this is going to be fantastic for getting more mobility and being strong in this position.
Yeah, and again, exactly what Jen said. You do a lot of this in the toe side position, but you might not do it in the other position. So you want to work both sides as much as possible and try and equal all imbalances out.
Now, should my knees be bent on this one, Jack, or does it?
You want to keep them straight, but if you feel like you're getting any impingements anywhere and it feels a little bit better to bend those knees, please bend those knees. Again, everybody's different in this. We're just trying to get a bit of a twist through the torso. So if it helps to bend those knees, bend those knees. You just want to really try and keep your body nice and straight. So don't lean over and twist down like that. Just trying to keep it nice and tall. Again, a little bit of overarch in the back is fine, but we just want to keep it slow and controlled. No jerking movements. So the hanging monkey, you can see we've got two different variations. Jen has got a broomstick, it's a little bit shorter. Mine's a little bit higher, so I'm going to do this from standing. All we're doing is holding the broomstick or the pole as high as you can, and we're going to come down and almost just hang on the stick. So it doesn't really matter where your body goes, all we're trying to do is get a nice stretch through the side of the arm here. Just hanging, nice deep breaths. As you feel like your lats and your shoulders are starting to ease or not be as tight, I just want you to move around a little bit. Just try and find a few different tight spots. So you're just moving the body around, move your hips around. You can move the arm around to different locations. As soon as you find a tight spot, or it's just a little bit tighter than everywhere else, I just want you to hang in that spot. Taking nice deep breaths, trying to relax as much as you can. Again, once you feel like you've taken a few breaths in that tight spot, move around, try and find another tight spot. Move your hips around to give your shoulder a little bit of a different angle. Yeah, you can go backwards, all the way back there, hang in there. As you go back, it should bring the stretch to your chest a little bit more. And let's go to the other side.
Oh, that's great.
Again, to start with, you're just coming down, sink into that pole. You can see I've actually got a little bit of a bend in mine. Mine's just a PVC conduit. It's got a little bit of flex, and you can see it's flexing because I'm trying to pull down on that stick as hard as I can to get a bigger stretch through the side. It's very hard to talk and try and relax at the same time. And again, just moving the body around, nice and easy. Lean into the pole, lean over, lean back, take the pole back, stretch that chest a little bit more again.
This feels great. When I was kite surfing yesterday, there's a lot of the time where you're just hanging onto the bar with one arm, and this stretch is feeling great to loosen all of that up.
Yeah, and you might find that you might be tight on one side compared to the other, and that's completely fine. Just spend a little bit more time on the tighter side, trying to get it to relax a little bit more. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Wherever your body ends up, just making sure that we are stretching through under the armpit there, either the lats or the chest, and take your time with it. The human bow and arrow, because it sort of looks like you're setting up for a bow and arrow. So pole goes out to the side. Again, Jen's got a broomstick, it's a little bit shorter, so she's down on her knees. Either option is good. You can do both, whatever works for you. I'm gonna stay standing. So pole is out to the side, about an arm width away from the body. Other hand comes around to the top, and then you're pushing away and turning your chest through and trying to look up at the ceiling. Take a big breath, exhale, and then if you need to release, just come back, ease off, take a big breath in, and go back through. Exhale, inhale, and coming back. As you get better at this one, you'll find that you can use that breath, so that big inhale, to get a little bit more of a stretch through the side here. As you exhale, try and twist a little bit further.
I'm really feeling this through my hip on that opposite side.
Perfect. All right, so let's go around to the other side. Again, about an arm width away with the pole. Other hand comes over to the top, and we press away and turn through, trying to look up at the ceiling and turn our chest at the same time. You can hang out here if you feel like you can, taking those nice deep breaths, but it can be quite intense, so you're more than welcome to sort of take a second to relax. Take a breath, exhale, and stretch it through.
Wow, what a great stretch. That
feels good, doesn't it?
That's fantastic. I'm not sure I've ever targeted the hip that well. This is great.
So you might feel it anywhere from your knee up to your hip, up to your shoulder. Again, every single body is different, and your body is different to everybody else's. So wherever you feel it is fine. We're just trying to get a stretch somewhere through the side. So take your time. Again, it doesn't have to look exactly how we're doing it. You just move to where you feel like you can get a stretch through the body and just slow, controlled, deep breathing as well. So the next is a little bit of a hamstring and a upper body stretch. We're going to start with the pole out to the front. Let's go left side first, Jen. Left foot comes towards the pole, toes facing the ceiling, and we're going to lean over. As we lean, we push the pole away as if we're pushing our chest to our feet, and then we just rotate that foot side to side. Nice and easy, just trying to get your toes. So each time you twist your toes, you're just trying to twist it as far as you can one way and far as you can the other way. So the upper body stretch comes into this one by pushing that pole away and pushing your chest to the ground a little bit more. So really trying to extend those arms out straight as well. As always, bring the breathing into it. Nice, slow, controlled breathing. We are trying to relax in these positions, and deep breathing in and out helps your body relax into these stretches. Making sure you're keeping those arms pressed out and pushing that chest to the ground. Come on up, swap sides. Again, toes really pulled back towards the ceiling, pushing that pole out, pushing your chest to the ground, and slowly rotating that foot as far as you can both ways.
Oh, the goofy footer. I'm a goofy footer. This one's definitely working what needs working. And
Jen is right there. So again, everybody's different. Some of you might be goofy, some of you might be natural. So one side is going to be more flexible than the other, and that is okay. Just spend a little bit more time and concentrate on that breath, on that less flexible side. Slow, controlled, really just trying to turn your toes as far as you can each way, keeping those toes flexed to the ceiling. Try not to let your hips move too much in this one as well. Keeping those arms extended out, pushing that chest down.